Hey, what's up? I don't know about you, but I've been doing a lot of science. In the lab, I've been working on constructing a new plasmid. This plasmid is for nitrite reductase, or NIR. NIR is one of several genes that diatoms use to take nitrogen from the environment and incorporate it into their cells. I hope to be incorporating the activity of NIR into my project. So last week I did some PCR reactions to try to amplify out a terminator region from a plasmid. After I did my PCR reaction, it was time to run my product on a gel to see what I got. In order to do so though, I had to make some gel from scratch. The gel comes in a powder form, to which we add a buffer. We then boil the buffer and gel together in the microwave. Look at that nice clean solution. Then we add some ethidium bromide to the solution so it will fluoresce under a UV light. Then the gel is ready to be poured. Here are my loaded samples taking off. But yeah, it didn't really work, the PCR reaction that is. Looking at the gel, the DNA just was not amplified, which is a real pain in the butt. However, looking at the DNA sequence we had in the primers, it looks like we just need to change the temperatures in the PCR reaction to get it to work. So later this week I'll give it another shot and see how it goes. In addition to lab work, I have another presentation day coming up, and that's Academic Spree Day. Academic Spree Day is like Fall Fest but much bigger. A lot more students present at Academic Spree Day. So I've got to put a poster together about transformation of diatoms. And I have about 3 weeks to do that, but I'm gonna get on it ASAP to get it done out of the way because I have so much other work to do. In addition to my usual studies, I have like, 2-3 other projects already going on. In animal behavior, like I talked about in my last video, I'm doing my fish trials, and those take a lot of time. In ecology, however, I'm doing a more fun project. As silly as it sounds, I'm looking at the student population in the academic commons, the first floor of the library, over time. And we're comparing the population during the week versus the weekend. Specifically, we're looking at students studying between, I think, 5 p.m. and 12 a.m. Already we're seeing really drastic changes from, like, say, Wednesday night studiers to Friday night studiers. A lot of kids studying on Wednesday nights, but as you could have guessed, there aren't that many people studying on a Friday night. And if it weren't crazy enough in my life, finals are already coming up, and it's only the beginning of April. And that's because I have final projects over exams this year. I do have one exam at like the very end of the exam period, so I don't have to worry about that for another month or so. But I have final papers and projects, and it's gonna be nuts. I know it's my senior spring, and I know I have a lot of work to do, but I do not think it's going to end for a long time. In fact, I'm probably gonna skip the festivities of senior week, which is like the week between finals and graduation, and just do lab work. I cannot tell you how excited I am to be done with all of my classes, because that means I can just focus on my lab work, and it'll be great. I've realized recently how much I miss being in the lab and being able to focus on just lab research work. I have too many other things going on in my head to remember what a diatom is. Nonetheless, like how gene regulation works and what I'm looking at with my plasmids. So there is a glimmer of hope way down the road for my life as a student. For the next 4 weeks, 5 weeks or so, it's going to be extremely busy and very unpleasant. But I can't wait to get back in the lab and do some more science. It's gonna be great. So yeah, that's that really. A lot of science, a lot of work to do, but it's actually probably gonna be a lot less bad as I'm making it out to be. And really, when I'm done with finals, I'm gonna have a couple cool products that I'll be proud of that I've completed. So that's that too.